Hello and welcome to my video. I'm very excited about what I'm going to be showing you today. So this is going to be a 2025 Hobonichi Weeks setup video. It's my first year using the Hobonichi Weeks. As you all know, I have been a Hobonichi cousin user for the past year and I've really enjoyed it. But this year I decided to get a Hobonichi Weeks. The reason for this is I wanted something super portable. I want to use my Hobonichi Weeks as sort of a catch-all summary of my life to track everything from my work to personal, my appointments, all those things. And I really like that the size of the Hobonichi Weeklies is perfect. It's super portable. I can slip this easily into any of my bags or purses. I want to be able to take this journal with me to work or to a cafe or even when I'm traveling. So the portability is what encouraged me to get the Hobonichi Weeks. And obviously the design is really great. I think it's able to capture everything that I need for my life. So I'm very excited to walk you through how I will be setting up my weekly for this year, and I hope that I can give you some new ideas if you're considering how to set up yours for next year. First things first, let me talk a bit about what kind of weekly journal I got. So this one is a Keiko Shibata Thank You for Your Hard Work journal, and the design is super cute. There's a girl saying thank you to the cat for the hard work. And this is a weekly type with 73 memo pages and a January start. And it has a Monday start, which is great because I do like to think of my weeks from Monday to Sunday. I know some people prefer a Sunday start, but I'm more of a Monday start person. And the cover that I got this year is just a simple, clear cover. This is because the design of the journal itself is very pretty, so I want to be able to preserve that. I don't want to hide that. So I'm just getting a protective case where I can store some of my sticker sheets or something, but it also preserves the design and protects any scratches or any other things going on to my journal. So the cover is on, and as you can see, it looks beautiful. I'm really happy that it's a clear case because I can see the design of my hardcover really well, and it's super cute. I love the colors. I love the quality of the cover. So we're all set. So now I'm going to get started with the inside setup of the journal. So what my idea for this first page was that I just want to put a few pictures and stickers and tapes that are important to me, just to sort of have a nice memory at the start of the year. And for this, I have used my Canon Selfie and a color printer to print out a few things that I want to put on this first page. So I will be pasting this little picture that I printed out of my cats. I have two cats. One of them is orange and one of them is white. And I really want to be able to see their faces every time I open my journal. So I'm going to put this right here. And another thing I printed out to put on my page is this little color print of my channel icon. So I drew this little thing on Procreate and I tried to make it look as close as possible to myself. And I want to put this here to kind of, I know that some people put what they look like at the beginning of the year in their journals and then what they look like at the end of the year at the end, but this is sort of a new take on it. So I kind of want to do a comparison of my art styles. So this is how I draw myself at the beginning of the year, and we'll see how I draw myself at the end of the year. And to put both of these on, I think I'll just be using my new glue tape. Okay, now that I've got these two things on here, I think I'm going to be adding a few stickers, and I also want to add my YouTube channel name. So I'm gonna write pens to papers right here. And I just used the Micron pen to do this. And I'm not so worried about bleeding with this page because it's quite thick. It's not the Tomo River page. These tapes are beautiful. I recently got them from Oomomo, and I want to use these to cover up these blank spaces on the photograph and add some color to the first page. I think my first page needs to show right off the bat what my vibe is, and that is colorful. So I'll be using this tape to do that. I really like this tape because it's individual pieces, which makes it very easy to apply. I think I'm gonna put one more. And I think maybe one more for my picture. I really like this one. It's got little apples and rainbows and bunnies on it. So I think that looks great. So now I'm gonna be adding some stickers. I'm using this little kettle from my autumn sticker pack. And I'm breaking out some new stickers. I like this little cake. I'm gonna add this little cell phone. I think that looks great. I filled it enough. Maybe a little strawberry. I can never have enough stickers, as you guys know, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of something. There we go. So I think this looks complete. I'm very happy with how this first page has turned out. We're off to a good start. Okay, moving on to the annual section. So I'm gonna do something similar to what I did for my cousin last year. I want to use this section to track my pay dates and my holidays and any other important dates like anniversaries, birthdays, things like that. And what I like to do is use my Mildliners and add color codes at the top and then use that to circle the dates. So I'm gonna do Q1 of 2025 as an example for what I plan to do for the rest of the year. I'm gonna use purple for my pay dates. Just gonna add a little circle at the top. And the pink is for the holidays. And the green is for any other important dates. Or I'll just call it maybe occasions. So I'm using my Muji 0.38 pen in blue black to write down the key. So as you can see, this is super tiny, but the color codes make it really easy for me to see at a glance what my pay schedule looks like and what my holiday schedule looks like. Sadly, I only have one holiday for the next 3 months once the year starts, which sucks, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. And then at the bottom, I'll write down any other important dates as they come. Moving on to this section. So this one is going to be a workout tracker for myself. So I want to track different kinds of workouts that I do every day. One of my goals for next year is more holistic living and a more active lifestyle, but I don't want to just restrict myself to doing HIIT or cardio or things like that. I want to do a good mix of everything. So I want to be able to include some meditation in it, some yoga in it, some breathing exercises, things like that. So I'm just going to add different color codes for different types of exercises, and then I'm going to use these little daily slots to color that in so I know what I did for the day. So my goal is to do at least 10 minutes of some sort of mindfulness or activity every day. So that's what I'll be adding here. I think I'm gonna add the color code in this little tab here, and then I'm gonna write what it stands for over here. Or maybe I'll just add the color in here and write in here. I'm using the brush pen of the Mildliner site to do this. I'm gonna just add 4 for now. So I've got strength training, running, yoga, and dancing, and I'm gonna be adding these colors here when I start doing my workouts in January 2025. Now, moving on to this little section here, which I'm very excited to tell you about what I'm going to do this year. So I've seen people do so many different things with this section. I know some people use it to draw really beautiful things. Some people are artists who paint in these little squares. But I want to use it to record moments of my life very intentionally. So I realized this year that I take a lot of pictures on my phone, but since we take so many, like there's almost thousands and thousands of pictures in my phone, I rarely get to just sit down and just scroll through each photo on my gallery. So I want to be really intentional about the pictures I put in this section. And I want to sort of make it look like a gallery of my life of what I've been up to that month. So I can open my weekly and see that, oh, I was reading this book that week, or I was watching that movie that day, or that's what I ate, and that was a really good meal that I ate on that particular day. So I just want it to be a nice little gallery of my life. And for achieving that, I took the measurement of these little squares in a way that I can still see the dates on top, because that's important to me. I want to be able to see the dates. And I made a little grid on Canva and I put my photos on it, and I made these little printables that I want to paste into this journal. So I have the December month in front of me, which I'll be doing as an example, and this sort of will give you an idea of what I want to do for the rest of 2025. Okay, so there you have it. I did a few days in December as an example to show you what I plan on doing for 2025. And I think it turned out great. It's very colorful, which I love. And I've drank a really good coconut water on December 1st, so I put that there. I went out to dinner. I did some shopping on the 3rd. I've got some dish that my mom prepared that I really liked over here. A movie that I watched, a new Miffy that I got from the airport, a book that I was reading, some dumplings here, shows that I was catching up on, and a little picture of my cat because it was her birthday. So this is what I plan on doing with these little monthly sections. I think this turned out really nice. And if anybody is looking for the measurements on how to do this, it's the length is 2.4 centimeters and the width is 2 centimeters. So if you're planning on doing something similar for your weeks, that's the dimension that you can use to make your printables if you want the date. If you don't want the date, then I guess it would be a little bit bigger. And moving on to the main part of the weekly section, which is this little layout here, where I've got these little slots for the days and this one little grid here for anything else that I want to add. What I plan on doing with this is very simple. I want to keep it flexible just the way I did with my Hobonichi cousin last year. I'm not tying myself down to a particular type of tracker, which is why I'm not going to be making any lines or any sections for the entire year or all the weeks in the year. I just want to talk about some of the ideas that I have, which you might also be able to use. So for these ones, this section here, the days, I just want to be able to use these specifically for my appointments and content planning. So I want to be able to open my weekly and see at a glance what I have going on for the week, like which day I'm supposed to plan the content, which day I'm supposed to film it, when I'm supposed to edit it, and so on and so forth. And I also want to track my appointments. So I can do one page as an example. I'm doing the week of December 9th. Okay, so there you have it. I added some of the things that I wanted to do throughout the week over here. So I was going back to work from vacation on Monday, so I added that in over here, and also that I had to do some catch-up calls with my boss. And then on Tuesday is a content planning day for me to think about what I want to be making for the next week. And I also have another class. Wednesday I have a couple of classes. On Thursday I'm working on some of my illustration project, and also I get paid on that day. So one of the notes that I made for myself is to pay my credit card bills. And then Friday was again another content planning day, and then Saturday is my filming day, and I also have to do some dance practice, and then Sunday is my content editing day and some dance practice. So I just added all of the summary of what I wanted to do every single day on here. And for this section, I want to keep it very flexible. So I want to be able to add some pictures, I want to be able to add some notes, I want to just also be able to track a few things. So one of my goals for this year is to drink more water. So I want to hit at least 2 liters of water every day to start with. So I want to be able to track that. And for me, that is finishing 4 of my Owala water bottles. So I'm going to add that little section here to track my water intake, and then I can also track my workouts and write more details about my workouts. For example, how many sets I did of something, how many reps I did, or I can talk about what kind of dance practice I did for the day, things like that. And another very important thing that I want to track here is my finances. So one of my goals for 2025 is to cut down on spending, especially things like the daily coffees and eating out and so. But before I can actually cut down on spending, I need to track it properly to make sure that I'm narrowing down the right thing and trying to identify where my biggest spending is. So that's one thing I want to track for 2025. So I'm just going to add some little trackers here for the week of December 9th that will help me track all of those things. So I've added little days here, and I want to drink at least like 5 full bottles of water. So I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3. I drank 3 on Monday, so I just put 3 there, just 3 little lines, and then when I do the 5th one, I'll just do the 4 and cross it out. So that's what I'll do to track my water for the week. And for finances, I'm just gonna put a Monday, I'll leave 2 lines, and then a Tuesday. And in this section, I can add little details of what I purchased that day. And then for reminders, there's a couple reminders. Since it's year end, I have a few tasks to catch up on. So I'm just gonna add that. So when I look at the end of my week, I can check and see if I actually accomplished that task that I had to do or if I need to do it. So this is what it looks like in its very simple form. So I've got my water tracker at the top, finance tracker at the bottom, and I used my Mildliner brush pen to add a little bit of coloring to this. And on the other side, I wrote down my actual expenses. So for example, I spent $20 on groceries on Monday, and I spent $4 on a snack on Thursday. And then this is just really quick to track what my smaller day-to-day expenses are. I think it'll be really helpful for me when I'm carrying this notebook around everywhere to just quickly jot that down. And then over here, I have a few reminders for myself of things I need to catch up on for the week. And finally, I'm gonna add some stickers to pretty this up. So I have a few stickers that I have left over from a Daiso, so I'm just gonna use those. So that is what it looks like so far. And I've put stickers here because I didn't spend any money that day, so it was blank, so I just put some stickers there. But this is what my week of December 9th looks like, which I did as an example, and this is pretty much what I'm planning to do for 2025. Probably adding more color to things because that is my style, but I kept it very simple because this is just an example. So I think that finishes all the sections that I wanted to talk about. And the last thing that I wanted to flip over to was the last few pages of the Hobonichi Weekly. And these pages are really fun. There's so many different things that you can put in these. So first things first, I'm just gonna write down all my personal details on this last page where it asks you to write your name, address, phone, email, things like that. So I'm gonna fill that out. Here there's some space to add some more addresses, so I'll probably add a few important addresses, for example like my parents and things like that over here, so that I have important information on hand when I need to give it. And then next is the 365 days checkoff sheet. This one is a very cool feature because it just lets you color in, and then at the end of the year you can see how much you've kept up with whatever habit or whatever thing you're tracking on here. And for my weekly, what I want to track for 365 days is actually medication. So I'm on several new medication that I have to take every single day. And since I live in Canada, I also take my vitamin D supplements every day. And this is a non-negotiable. I have to take it in all seasons because we don't get much sunlight, so it runs pretty low. So I want to make sure that I'm very consistent with my medication and my supplements. So I'm gonna check off every single day that I am taking it, and at the end of my day I can just open my weeks and color this in so that I know I've taken my medication for the day without forgetting. So that's what I'm planning to use this 365-day checkoff sheet for. We've got some information about different types of noodles, which is cool. We've got sample symbols and icons, and then this section is just favorites, and this is exactly what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to put the musicals, movies, books, restaurants, things like that that I've liked throughout the year, and I'm just going to fill this in. There's 7 of those, so there's like 7 on one page, so there's 14 of these. So I'm going to put something like at least one thing every month onto here. In my cousin, I kind of fell off. I wasn't very consistent. So now I'm at December and I don't have much to put in my favorites because I've forgotten. But I want to be able to put in at least one thing a month that I really liked. So I'm going to be doing that for 2025. And this last page that's blank, I'm just going to use it as sort of a note to myself for how my year has been, and I'll just write down what I learned in 2025, what I'd like to do differently, so and so. So that's what I'm going to be using this last page for. And there's a few blank pages here which are very convenient to do some quick note taking, so that's probably what I'll be doing with those. So that wraps up everything that I wanted to talk about. And I'm just going to do a little flip through of the things I did so far. So this is my new cover. I am very excited about it. My annual section, my workout tracker, my little picture page, my gallery pages, and this is the weeklies itself. So that's it. And the last thing that I wanted to do was add charms to the journal. So I'm gonna quickly try to do that right now. So I have a couple Mofusand Charms that I'm trying to add. I still haven't figured out a way to do it, but we'll see. Okay, so I've got the charm on here successfully. It's tied to the little bookmark tabs. And this is what the charm looks like. It's my little Mofusand charm. It's tied to the little bookmark tab. And I'm just gonna put that right back in. And it hangs like this, which is cute. So this is what my fully set up journal looks like. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for one more setup that's coming your way for my Hobonichi cousin for 2025. I am super excited about that one as well. Thank you so much for watching. Hope everyone has a very happy holiday season, and hope you all have a very great week ahead.